Well, let's go back to that most extraordinary story which occurred in Attridgeville this week. An ambulance was called to treat a victim of mob violence. They were able to stabilise the patient on the ground, but then moved the patient into an ambulance to take him to hospital. The community started attacking the ambulance, wanting to get to the patient. The paramedics had to run for cover. Community members got into the ambulance, and in the ambulance, on a stretcher, they killed the patient, literally in the ambulance. Mpho Mpogeng is the president of the South African Emergency Personnel Union. Mpho, good afternoon to you. Your members tried to save the life of this person. They did it, and then members killed him in their ambulance. I can't imagine how awful this was for your members.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Let me say this was a very horrible incident that happened, and our members are still traumatized because of the very same incident. And it is very, very disappointing because the very same community members are the ones who called an ambulance while they know that they have issues that they need to deal with, and with the very same person that was killed, because it is alleged that he's having criminal records and activities that were conducted during or before the ambulance was called. So such kind of incidences are very much disappointing because the very same community members who treated the ambulance are the very same people who called an ambulance. So it is very, very disappointing because our community members, they have that tendency of calling an ambulance while they know that they have issues that they need to address before. So you'll find that our members are victimized because of the very same issues that they are having in the community. And remember, the very same ambulance was damaged as well. And the very same ambulance is also needed tomorrow or today for the very same community members. So it is very, very disappointing.
Do you find, these mob attacks, vigilante justice, there's a whole category of them in the crime stats. Are you seeing more of these cases? The crime stats seem to show that there is an increase in these incidents.
Yeah, basically, now it is fashionable for people to attack an ambulance. And we don't know why, because this thing, the very same ambulance it was procured from the taxpayers' money, but they end up attacking the very same ambulance. And in some states they burn the ambulances, some states they damage and so forth. And mostly our members are attacked. So it is very, very disappointing because the very same members are also community members as well.
Are you seeing just more and more of these cases where your members are attacked? We know this has happened before. Are you seeing it happening more often now in particular places?
Yes, they are happening. That is why we're having hotspot areas where we know that if an ambulance can get into that particular area, obviously it might not even come back safe. So that is why we are always getting assistance from the police, even though that is not actually assisting. The assistance from the police not actually assisting. And we are also calling on the very same department that they must actually utilize the private security companies, because I don't have tangible stats as of now, but we know that the response time for an ambulance to reach a certain area while they're waiting for the police to come and escort them. Obviously, there are a lot of people who are losing their lives while the ambulance is readily available, but waiting for police to come and transport them. It is very, very disappointing, because if we can have a certain institution that will also check or make a research or investigate the issue of delays that end up community members losing their lives, you will see that the number is very, very high, because the response time is no longer observed, because an ambulance is having a response time where it must reach a certain area within a specific time. So now, because they must wait for the police, that on its own is no longer assisting. And I know that most of the community members, even though it's not reported, we don't have tangible stats. We know that people, our destitute community members, are dying while waiting for an ambulance.
This is going to lead to your members just refusing to go into certain areas, and people will die. That's how serious this is.
Yes, it's true, because every time we are also advising them that before they can take any call, they must check it. That is why, as I've indicated, that we are having hotspot areas where an ambulance cannot just go without an escort. So that on its own is a clear indication that our members must make sure that they are safe before they can attend to such kind of calls. And we are making an appeal to the managers to not to intimidate our members. Where the members decide or know that the area is a hotspot area, the manager must not intimidate them that he's going to charge them and so forth. They must respond and so forth. They must not be the populist, or they must actually be aligned with what is actually happening on the grassroots level. Because in most cases, we deal with so many cases where our managers are intimidating the very same workers who are victimized by the community members. Because the community members will report, more especially if you can find that the very same community members who's reporting the very same issues or the delays of an ambulance, and with that community members, if it's connected to the politicians, you'll see the very same MECs making a lot of noise about the delays and stuff, and people will be charged because they want to please community members, but knowing very well that there is a problem in the community.
Mpho Mpogeng, thank you. The President of the South African Emergency Personnel Union. Really do appreciate the time. Very, very difficult moments for paramedics.